The mindset training session is a session where we teach you every single thing you need to know about psychology in trading. Now, trading is a very, very beautiful skill set to learn. And the most beautiful thing about trading is that it's not just only about clicking on buttons. It's not just only about clicking on buy, sell, all of those things. In order to actually be a very, very good trader, long term, you need to actually learn some certain things. You need to actually grow. You need to actually evolve. You need to actually have a certain way of thinking. You need to actually have a certain way of actually managing your emotions. And you need to actually be able to actually envision big things actually as a forex trader because the Bible said, you're only as big as you think. All right, you're only as big as, and that means if you actually are a very good trader and your thinking is very small and very limited, you are not going to get to big levels of profit in trading. If you're a very, very good trader and you're thinking like a $50 trading trader, you're not actually going to grow your account past that $50. You just be making 10, 10, 5, 5, 7, $7 every week. But if you're someone that can actually like grow your mindset, grow your psychology, grow your what do you call it? What they call this thing? Your emotions and become very, very strong and matured when it comes to, you know, everything that actually has to do with psychology. You're going to be able to actually grow from just a very, very little amount of profit or amount of capital to ridiculous amounts that people cannot even imagine self. Like when you tell people, oh, this guy is trading this amount, they'll be shocked. Do you understand? So that is actually it about it. Now, a lot of traders actually focus on just learning skill. They focus on just strategy. But it's worldwide accepted, it's worldwide acknowledged that trading is 90% psychology, 90% psychology, and only 10% skill. So basically, what someone needs to be a successful trader is mostly psychology. It's mostly psychology. It's mostly has to do with how you react when you're trading. Mostly has to do with how you enter your positions, how you exit your positions, your discipline has to do with your mindset, all of those things. But people mostly focus on the wrong things, which is actually skill. All right. So that's the reason why we actually have a session on Monday where we talk about the things you need to be psychologically sound as a forex trader. So today's own, I'm going to be talking about the power of the mind. The mind, okay? So now, one of the reasons why I really love psychology training is that, okay, before we all got into BT Academy to learn trading and to make money from trading, which we are obviously all going to make. Last week, we were very profitable in HFX. The week before last, we were very profitable in HFX. I have not actually been calling out trades on MT4 because of what is currently going on. I explained this earlier. This is what they call it, festive period one. And number two, Donald Trump is fighting, he's just capturing the whole market. If you look at your currencies and everything, you'll notice that if you're even conversant to the news, you see that everybody are complaining. In fact, there is even a big protest self in the US, in the United States. People are actually protesting against Trump's tariff. Very, very big protests. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people are gathered, shutting everywhere down and protesting against Trump's tariff. So like I said, when the market is not actually looking stable, to me, I rather not trade than trade and call out trades for people and make people actually like, lose money. You understand? So for me to actually trade now, the conditions has to be right and everything has to be going smoothly. So me not calling out trades on MT4 is because I'm trying to protect capital. Not only my capital, but the capitals of my traders. So since I cannot call out trades on MT4 yet, or you understand, that's why I actually like, okay, HFX is something I can easily call out. And on HFX, we've been having serious profits. Think last week we only lost one trade. The week before last, probably just one trade or two trades. Been having serious testimonies. Some persons has been drawing 300,000 naira a week. Some persons 100,000, from this same HFX signals. Like I said, profit is profit, money is money. Either it's from HFX, from MT4 for crypto. It's still the same things you can see used to buy. If you want to go and buy a phone, you will not ask this money, is it from Forex or crypto? If it's from Forex, it's lesser. If it's from crypto, it's higher. No, it's the same money. So whatever we call out trades on, if it's HFX, you're seeing fund an HFX account, learn how to take the trades and actually make money. You understand? Once I spot that I'm seeing consistent patterns that are making sense in the market, I would resume calling out trades on MT4. Those that actually were actually active when I was calling out trades on MT4 know the way we are calling out trades. Calling out, as a call out trades already flying immediately. Before you know, tip one, tip two, tip three, tip four, tip five, it was just like crazy before Trump got into power and started just talking nonsense and started giving people tariffs and all of those things. You understand? So if you're not seeing MT4 setup, don't panic. Don't be no. It's I'm doing it because I'm protecting people's capital. You understand? Once I call out trades, just know. I think I called out two trades on HFX on MT4 2 weeks ago, and we cleared both of them. We won. One of them was like TP2, the other one was the break even. That's TP1. One both of them. After that, I didn't call out anyone. That's show how careful I actually am because of the way the market is actually built. Okay, so power of the mind. Yeah, something I actually like the most about the power of the mind is that it's not just only useful in trading forex. So if you're talking about your mindset training is not just only in forex. Whatever you actually learn when it comes to envisioning your goals, whatever you actually learn when it comes to affirmations, whatever you actually learn when it comes to writing down your goals and aspirations and setting short-term and long-term goals and speaking it into existence and all of those things. It doesn't just only work with trading. All right. Now, if I'm a business person and I have an organization or I'm a sole proprietor, I have what I'm actually running, and I joined an academy to learn Forex. Obviously, they are teaching me, and they also teach me things about psychology, things about the mind, things about mindset when it comes to winning in life. All right. It's going to be very useful to me in trading. Okay, I'm going to apply it to trading. I'll have crazy results. But also when it comes to my personal business too, I'm also going to apply it to, and when I apply it there too, I'm also going to have amazing results. So that basically means not just only am I going to make profits from trading with BT Academy, but I'm also going to be learning how to trade with BT Academy. And not just only am I going to be learning how to trade while making money with BT Academy, I'm also going to be increasing my income from my personal business too, with what I am learning from the academy. So the academy basically is designed to make you win in every area of life, from trading profits, learning how to trade, and also personal business. So whatever you actually learn, whatever I teach, okay, make sure you apply it. All right, it may look cliche, it may look probably, what's this guy saying? I should write down goals. How do I, me, write down my, but to be very honest, people that are very, very successful in life, I'm not talking about me, because my journey is just starting. Yeah, I don't have 10 billion naira anywhere. So my journey is just starting. I'm still growing through. I'm still learning from the very, very successful entrepreneurs in life. I'm learning from the multi-millionaires in dollars, those that have over 10 billion naira, 20 billion naira, those that have over $50 million, worth of investments and, cash and properties. I'm still learning from them. And these people, these concepts I'm teaching, I got to learning from them. And it's actually what they applied to them, to their businesses, to be able to actually reach such ridiculous level of financial, I don't know what to even call itself, financial ridiculousness. Do you understand? So if their concept that I learned from them, I applied and I was able to grow to this particular level, and now I'm teaching it. That basically means if you apply it, so obviously in all areas of life, you'll be able to actually like grow. The best part about life is as you're learning this thing and you're making profits based on your trading account from this thing, within like 1 week or 2 weeks, your personal business, the sales you're probably making doubles. So if you're making like up to a 1 million naira worth of sales every month, you go from making 1 million naira worth of sales every month to making 1.5 million naira every month. You see that double. You understand? It's not that's very amazing. And how much you pay to learn all those things? Just 49. So from $49, you probably made $60 profit with BT Academy on both HFX and MT4. You learned how to trade to a very large extent. Probably maybe you have not mastered the art yet, probably because you are not really um you do not really have much time because you're also an entrepreneur, right? But you made money $60, you learned a whole lot about trading, and then you're also able to also increase your personal earnings from your personal business by 50% from 1 million to 1.5 million. So 500,000 extra, $60 profits and skill sets for just $49. So you understand. So, but all these things are only going to be available, are only going to be possible if you actually allow the classes, if you actually allow the topics, if you actually allow the courses to actually like flow through you. If you actually like join the classes very, very well and you study, you take note of what are being taught, and you also apply them to your personal businesses, to your trading and all of those things. Okay. The only way you can actually learn is actually by first of all acknowledging that this thing that is being taught is going to actually impact me personally in all areas of life. So what do I mean by power of the mind? Now, there are different wonders of the world, and there are different things that scientists find it very, very difficult to understand. They are still making research on how the human mind works, but that's the most complex thing that they don't understand. First of all, I'm going to explain what the placebo effect is. What the placebo effect is. So let me write it down first. Just show you how crazy the mind actually is, okay? Placebo effect. I'm going to explain with a story. Now, somebody actually had stage 4 cancer. Now, if you know what stage 4 cancer is, it is basically when cancer spread around your body. It's not just only in the localized region, but it has spread around your body. It is in your lungs, in your bloodstream, in your heart tissue, everywhere in your body. And once it gets to that particular point where cancer has spread around your body, stage 4, there's no cure. The only thing they'll just do, they just give you um the amount of time left for you to live. So probably will say, oh, you have just 2 months to live based on what they have seen on their system and all. And usually within that 2 months, the person actually dies. So they'll just try to just give the person end of life care, make sure the person is okay, give the person pain reliever. The person doesn't actually go through much pain. They'll stop the whole chemo and all of those things. So the person will not keep stressing when the person is going to go anyways. And to just make the person very comfortable, give the person some drugs that will make the person feel, happy. Like marijuana is one of the things they actually administer to them because it's a recreational drug that make people actually like just stay and just be happy. You understand? So now there's this guy that actually had stage 4 cancer. And obviously he was meant to die in like 2 months' time. But when he came to meet his doctor said something, right? His doctor told him that there is this drug from Russia that was just discovered. And this particular drug can cure stage 4 cancer. The drug is an experimental drug that has been proven, it was an experimental drug, but right now has been proven to work 100% effectively. So anybody that actually has stage 4 cancer and takes the drug, and mind the drugs are just pills, okay? The cancer is going to go away. And the guy was very excited. Oh, can you help me get the drug? He said, yes, I'm going to get it from Russia. And he got the drug for the guy. After like 2 days, the guy received the drug. You know, the guy took the drug once a day. The guy, you remember, the guy was really like 2 months to live, that type of thing. So the guy was taking the drug every morning, like that, at night, morning and night for 30 days. And after 30 days, the guy came back to the hospital and they ran a test for the person. And it was discovered that the person was cancer free. Cancer free. Now, this drug that was administered to the person was just multivitamins. If you don't know what multivitamins actually are, your body needs some type of vitamins and all of those things. You don't get all of them from food you eat. And that's why they usually recommend that we take fruits, at least take fruit, take banana, take mango, because those banana, mangoes and all this, they actually rich in multiple vitamins and things that you really need to be very healthy. And for people that can actually get all of those things, you actually take vitamins. Some persons take vitamin C, vitamin D, and things like that. And mind you, if you lack some of these vitamins, there are some things that are going to happen to you. Like you may be very, very weak and tired if you don't have enough vitamin B in your body. Vitamin B complex. Yeah. Because vitamin B is actually what triggers mitochondria, to actually release energy. You understand? So if you don't actually have vitamin B in your body enough, and it's usually gotten from meat and fish, if you don't actually have enough of that in your body, you'll be very weak and tired. Do you understand? Vitamin C also has its own this thing if you have less of it. But usually all these vitamins, if you take too much of it, there's actually no effect on the body because the body knows how to actually get rid of them. Because we all evolved from eating fruits and they are rich in all these vitamins. So the body have been adapted to knowing how to take away these things if we eat too much fruit. You get so just multivitamins was what the guy was giving, and it went. And like this is not the first time this is actually happening. This is not the first time this is actually happening. Like people actually go from being blind to seeing just because someone gave them a tablet or they took something and then they are convinced in their hearts, right, that this is going to heal them because of what they got to hear. And that's called the placebo effect. Scientists till today, it has been scientifically proven that there's placebo effect, but nobody knows why it works. There are different effects. There are different stories. Look at when a person's physical or mental health appear to improve after taking a placebo or dummy treatment. Dummy, that's fake treatment. They can just be giving you vitamin C and telling you it's going to cure whatever you actually have, HIV. And then because your mind believes that that's going to cure the HIV or the AIDS, your mind is going to make sure that actually, like, your body will just take that not your body. Even if it's the one stage for cancer. That is how powerful the mind actually is. If your body on its own can actually get rid of cancer because it believes that you're taking a drug that can cure cancer, meanwhile, the drug is just multivitamins, that means your body is strong enough to make you successful in anything. Have you ever heard of this thing before? All right. Some persons are going to actually have some terminal illnesses. All right. Someone can actually have cancer for like 6 years. The person is fine and good and all of those things, right? But when the person goes to the hospital and then they tell the person, oh, you have cancer, within like 2 months, the person can just die. Why? Because the person was fine before. The person had it, but the person was actually fine because the person was not thinking he actually had anything. But the moment the person actually got to hear that he has the cancer, the person's mind started thinking negative things. And that actually amplified the whole thing and made the thing kill the person fast. That is the power of the mind. So your mind can either make you successful in anything or make you feel in anything. So no matter what that thing actually is, all right? No matter what that thing actually is, no matter how, even if you have, let's say you want to chase a particular career, you have the money, you have the fundings for everything, and your mind is telling you that you fail in this particular thing. 99% of the times, you're actually going to fail. A mind that can cure cancer with multivitamins, a mind that can actually cure HIV with what they call it, vitamin B, a mind that can actually cure um anything, right? Now imagine you're trying to actually achieve something and then you're thinking negative about that thing and you want to actually succeed. It's not possible. So now there are two part of the mind, the human mind, we have mind, we have the positive part and the negative. We have positive and negative, and both of them are effective. So now, the positive now is what made this guy's stage 4 cancer go away on its own. All right. And the negative is what made, or was what rather, made the person that actually had cancer for 6 years and that was perfectly okay die within 2 months of hearing that he actually has cancer. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that your mindset can make or break you. When I learned how to trade Forex, I joined an academy. I wasn't the only person that joined. There are people who joined before me. And make it within a couple of months of taking some lessons and learning from my experiences, I became a profitable trader and I started making serious profits. Now there are people actually before me there. And anytime you speak to them about the academy, see today, they'll say, oh, that academy was a scam. I did not learn anything. You see them, there are plenty. Just if you have anybody that actually joined IM Academy at some point, just ask. Most of them will say, oh, it's scam. I did not learn how to trade from it. But I learned how to trade from it. I learned how to trade. Majority of all the concepts I use, from the academy, from the educators, Manny Quinones, that was one of my favorite educators then. I learned lots of things from him. Diagonal support and resistance, which I used to create, X strategy. I learned um Fibonacci retracement from him, which I used to create golden fibs. Do you understand? But majority of people say, oh, it's a scam. They just focus on network marketing, blah, 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 and all this thing. But meanwhile, you're not meant to learn straight from the mentors. You're meant to learn straight from the educators in the academy. So now the difference between me and them now is that, number one, they joined the academy and they were already negative about the whole system, about the whole platform. And if you're negative about something, what's going to happen? It's going to kill you. Remember the what do you call it? The story I give about someone actually having cancer for 6 years, not actually happening. The moment the person actually got the person was fine, no, but the moment the person actually got the diagnosis or the prognosis or whatever they actually call it, within 2 months, the person died. Because the moment the person actually got the negative this thing, the person moved from this positive, which is I'm fine, I'm good, I'm healthy, to this. Okay. In the past 3 weeks, we've been calling out HFX trades, making money. People have been making money, making withdrawals and everything. Those people are plugged into this particular channel because they are very positive about everything. In their mind, they're like, yeah, this is a very good academy. The signals are accurate. So anytime I drop signal, they'll be the first to take it. Bah, 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 bah. They have made $20. You send to me, I've made $20, coach. I'm happy. This one, this one, this one. Because they are very positive. And there's some person that will never take any trade. The reason why they never take any trade now is because not because of they have taken trades under me and lost money before, because I'm a very careful trader, but because before they joined BT Academy, they were in another academy, maybe Fish Pie Academy. I don't know. They have different beautiful names for what they do. And in the Fish Pie Academy, they lost money, probably $1,000 or 2,000. But why the fuck will you trade it $1,000? You're just starting with Forex and then someone is advising you to fund $1,000 trade. Well, that's that about that. So before they joined BT Academy, they lost that 1,000. So they're already plugged into the negative already. Before they now see me, like, oh, this guy is good. He's constantly teaching people and trying to mentor everybody, personal sessions, I'll join and learn. But then they are trying to learn with this negative, this thing. So anytime I call is a trade now like this, they will not take the trade. They will not take. I can actually have 3 wins in a row. They will not sit down. The moment I have one less than I post less, they'll be like, yes, the guy is not good. I told you. But meanwhile, I had 3 wins. 3 wins and 1 lesson. That's 75+% accuracy. They are not seeing the wins. They are only seeing the negative. If I have a session, I drop link, others are joining and learning new things about the economy, learning about trade wars, learning how to use cashback forex, learning how to use break even, different things, having crazy massive results. But they themselves, when they see the link, they'll be like, well, this guy just want to talk about, he just want to yarn, just wants to be capping dust. You understand? Because they feel like what I'm teaching is not going to influence their life positively. Why? Because they are plugged into negative. And as long as they are plugged into this negative, they will not get any value. Because at the end of the 1 month now, when I reach out to them and say this, they'll say, I don't make money. They'll be like, I don't make money. I not learn anything. But right, how you tell me you not make money or you not learn? Like we literally hold 12 plus sessions every week. And sessions are where I come to teach and I spend 45 minutes plus teaching. So how the fuck didn't you learn anything? We call out signals, people made 200, 300, 400,000 in a month, and you had $500 in your account, but you didn't make anything. How many trades do you take? 3 trades. What lot size do you use? 0.01. Was that what I asked you to do? You understand? So you need to actually understand this thing. Understand it. Okay? So if someone joins something, the person is very optimistic, the person is very positive, well, I'll make at least 50% profits in 1 month from this academy. I'll learn a lot of things. I would I'll be a good trader from this academy. I'll get to I'll have access to premium mentorship, all of those premium things. The person will be very positive, the person will be very enthusiastic about the sessions. The person will carry his own notes, write down things as he's learning. The person will back test. The person will do every single thing I'm telling the person to do. After sessions on the person's own time, at the person's own time rather, the person will spend 2 hours in front of his or her chat practicing what was being taught. I drop trade, the person take trade immediately. Drop 100. Before 1 month, the person self won't be a very good trader because of this. So basically, what I'm trying to say now is that your result in BT Academy this month is going to be dependent on where you're currently plugged in, positive or negative. If you plug into the positive, you have positive results. If you plug into the negative, a body that can kill somebody in 2 months because the person was plugged to the negative. Is it now me now that will now prevent the body from making the person actually see failure? No, no. And now, like I said, this is like one of the scientists know that this thing works, but they don't know how it works. They don't even know how our minds work. All right. So if the body can be like this, all right, I'm not talking about trading. If it's your personal business, if you're trying to start up a business, I was speaking with somebody yesterday. I was telling the person a very crazy plan I actually had. Yeah, the plan was very crazy. It comes with a lot of risk, a lot of capital, and something like if I won't tell you the plan, say you'll say, oh, this guy is crazy. And the person was like, no, it's too risky. What if this? What if that? And I suppose actually saying, what I was just telling myself was that I was telling myself that it's going to work. As well as saying, like, I didn't want to actually internalize the negative things I was sharing. So I was telling myself positive things as the person was talking. In my mind, I was saying, like, it's going to work, it's going to work, it's going to work. I'm going to make so much say from this one. I'm going to become this. Do you understand? Because I knew that I'm plugging into the positive channel. That's why I'm positive. I'm going to do everything within my power and I'm going to win with that particular thing. But then if I get a little bit of negative things from the person, I may start thinking negative. And if I start thinking negative, it's not going to work. So I just want to be plugged into the positive. So when it comes to your personal business, you're starting up something. It may look very, very crazy. You've done your whole thing and everything. If you start thinking negative about your business, start thinking, no more, this thing is not bringing cash. Oh, economy is bad. All right, that's why I'm not making sales. The economy is bad. People are not needing my products. You're plugging to the negative. All right. But instead of actually thinking this way and allowing this naturally like prevents you from actually making anything, why not just think positive? Economy is bad, yeah. How can I actually improve my services so I can actually serve more persons, so I can actually have more skills and also impact lives? Are you seeing that? The moment you say that now, your brain will tell you, okay, try to add this particular product. Try to actually add these other services. So now you're doing this and doing this together. So if people don't actually want this, they want this. You understand? Okay, try to retarget these people. Try to learn how to run a TikTok page so you can also get customers from TikTok. Okay, try to learn how to run ads on Instagram so you can also target more customers. who actually have the money to pay for your services. Those are the things that the positive will be telling you. But if you're thinking negative, even if your business model is one of the best model, it is not going to pass. It's going to fail. All right. If Messi is always thinking to himself that he's a terrible footballer, he's a worse footballer, he cannot play football, he's never going to win, achieve any success at all. Sir. He always said to himself he's the best, same as Ronaldo. And that's why he became the best. So when it comes to anything, your mindset is the first thing that will determine if you're going to win or you are going to lose. So let me actually, you know, give you things you can actually do to actually make sure you're always positive and you're always in the right channel. That's always in the positive channel, right? Number one, do not say anything negative. All right. All right. Do not say anything negative to yourself. All right. If anything actually happens and it does not actually go right, instead of actually like blaming yourself and then saying negative things that, oh, like, oh, this is this, that is that, you know, what have actually happened has already happened, right? Even if you blame yourself from today to tomorrow till next year, it's not actually going to change the outcome of things. All right. If you make a mistake and probably you lost 1 million naira, maybe from where you were coming from before, or even 2, 3. If you keep crying about it and you keep talking about it and you keep blaming yourself, it's not actually going to give you the 1 million naira back. You understand? So instead of actually holding on to those things and actually feeling bad about it, 3 months you're still crying about it. Let go of it. Because if you're always holding on to it now, it's going to prevent you from actually seeing good opportunities. Because every single bad thing you're thinking about, every single bad thing you're saying about yourself is actually negative. And that basically means it's pushing you further into the negative part of your mind. So never say bad things about your business. That's one. Number two, I said number one and two together. Never hold on to negative things. Okay? Never say bad things about it. If bad thing actually happen, don't say, oh, this business I'm going to fail or I may not pass. Don't think I may not. Always think I will. I will succeed with this. Maybe I am a newbie and I'm finding this things very difficult. But if other persons can actually learn this particular thing, then I can also learn it too. All right. Always see those positive things. I can also learn it too. I can also make money from this. I can also be withdrawing $200 a week. I can also be withdrawing $500 a week. You understand? Then also never hold on to negative things. Negative things actually happen. All right. But if you're holding on to it, they're going to prevent you from actually achieving great things. So whenever it actually happens or anything, actually just let it go. It has happened, it has happened. How can I move forward? Then think of positive ways and new ways you can actually move forward and actually achieve better things. You understand? Avoid avoid negative people. What do I actually mean by avoid negative people? Now, if I'm someone that is very positive minded and I'm working towards achieving something and I'm positive, I'm talking to the positive channel and everything, and then my best friend is someone that is always negative, that always sees the bad things in everything. Then I'm trading, I'm seeing some profits, I'm happy, and the person must say, I just must say the person like, oh, this thing what you do, Forex, Abi, or this thing, you go lose money, oh. You know, my friend that year, he lose 5 million naira. Now academy too now. They know you teach anything, no. Now the subscription they use this one, down, down, down. Person must see a lot of bad things. The moment person say that type of thing, is going to you want to internalize it and then you start feeling that way. So now in an academy where you were winning before, where you were always joining sessions, where you're actually learning things, where you're very excited, you know, about being a member before, you will now start feeling very, very negative about everything. And that's basically you plugging into the negative channel. And you will not move forward anymore. You just become stuck and stagnant. So avoid them. You can be dealing with them. If they talk, if they won't start saying anything negative, just try to end the conversation. Oh, my bro, I want to go and pick something right now. Just leave the room. Don't hear what they want to say. You can be with them, they are pressing their phone. The moment they want to say anything negative, Just end it before it starts. Because you may feel like it's not going to have any effect on you, but your brain is listening. And after the whole conversation, your brain will reason it, and your brain will start thinking negative. So never say bad things about yourself or your business, about yourself or business. Never hold on to negative things. I hope I spelled this correctly. Avoid negative people or conversations. If you go to the market, they are always saying bad things, right? But if you go to a place where billionaires are actually seated, you'll never see a billionaire actually complaining about the economy. They will always see, oh, this thing like is like this right now. But if we do like this, like that, we can be able to actually capitalize on the economic downtime to actually maximize profits. Here's how you can actually boost your sales. They're always talking about positive things. You understand? Because they are always positive, and that is why they are moving forward. Okay, so these things are really going to help. All right, then read books that would help with your mindset. A book I always recommend is The Magic of Thinking Big. I know that after this training, everybody will go and buy Magic of Thinking Big because they want to learn the secrets that are actually there. You see, Magic of Thinking Big, what does that mean? That means these are the secrets you need to be able to think big. If you think big, you get big things. That's positive. If you're thinking big and you're positively minded, the magic of thinking big. Read books that will help your mindset. So never say bad things about yourself or business. Never hold on to negative things. Avoid negative people or conversations, and always read books that will help your mindset. If you're doing this, you're always going to plug into the positive. And then look at this thing now. All right. I didn't actually add this particular one. I said there are positive and negative channels. Yeah. Now, these channels grow. Okay. They grow. What do I mean by they grow? So now, if you are always positive, okay, let me do like this now. How am I going to clean this thing? Okay. Let me see if your this is positive, yeah? Positive, and this is negative. So if you're always positive, all right, this is 15 and this is 15. So normally you're probably like they say we are equal good and equal bad. That means everybody that is good has a tendency of doing something bad. Everybody that is actually caring have a tendency of being wicked. We are 50-50 of everything. Now, if you keep thinking of negative things and plugging to negative, the positive part of you will be shrinking 40, and now you'll not be 60% negative. Then if you keep doing it, you probably 80% and 20. There are some people that their mind is negative. You can never convince them of anything positive. It's always negative, bad things they are always saying. If you see themselves like this, your body self will be feeling pinching you somehow because like why is this person always saying why is this person always I'm a stupid person, I'm a foolish person, I'm bro, like bro, guy, like why? Like you get so but the other way around, if you're always saying positive things and always talking to the positive, you'll be moving forward, right? It will be increasing, and this one will be reducing. It will be reducing. Very successful person, they are like up to like 99% positive and only 1% negative. That is why there's some person, there are some person that if they say they want to come up with this particular business project, and they go and meet people want to invest in them because they know that these people are very positive people, and whatever they venture into is most likely going to win because they are going to be positive enough to actually like make it work for them. So the more you think of bad things, the more you blame yourself for every single thing that have actually gone wrong in the past, the more you actually internalize negative things, the more you actually like, say bad things about yourself, the more you don't read books on your mindset, the more you actually gossip and say bad things with negative people, the more you become negative. And the more you become negative, the more you don't achieve good things. All right. So you just have that in mind. From today, henceforth, always say positive things. Get that magic of thinking big. This is what the book looks like in the Magic. When I else put magic, this will complete it for me. Yeah, so you complete it for me. The Magic of Thinking Big by David. I know we don't like, probably a lot of persons don't like reading books. All right, but this is one book that would actually make you very, very positive. This is one book that's actually going to change the game. This is one book that's actually going to change the game. So let me drop the name of the book. Even if it's only this book you read every day, 30 minutes a day, every day, 30 minutes a day, because just like how you feed your mind, just like how you feed your stomach with food, all right, you need to also feed your mind every day with positive information. Okay, you need to read every day, 30 minutes, every day, 30 minutes. But it's just 3,500 now. David, Dr. David Schwartz. All the people I've actually recommended this book for, my past mentees, trust me, they all went from, you know, being regular to being extraordinary. People I worked with 5 years ago, they're all doing well in different fields. Some of them are still training, some of them have successful businesses that they are running, and you know, multiple series of their mindsets just is never have never been the same after having access to my mentorship. Do you understand? But remember what I actually said, they're only going to work for you if you apply all of these things I've talked about on this thing. So from tomorrow, we're going to be calling out trades on HFX and MT4. I'll be very careful looking for success on MT4. Like I said, I'm starting a $1,000 account if you saw my status. And the aim is to like grow the 1,000 on HFX and 1,000 on MT4 to good amounts before the end of the month. You understand? So make sure you actually doesn't come to negative so you can actually make all these things actually have positive impact on you. This session is actually recorded. So I'm going to drop the recording on the group chats before 1 p.m. today. So you can actually have access to the recording, watch it over and over again, get all the things I talked about there, internalize them, do all the things I asked you to actually do. So you can actually have the results that you are meant to actually have. Thank you very much for joining the Go Live session today. See you guys tomorrow on the 6 a.m. session. Have a lovely and fantastic and beautiful day. Bye.